Hey, what up guys, John from Mongo Fishing. Today, I'm going to bring you the review on the Booyah ToadRunner. Now, in order to do this properly, I have a Booyah pad crasher with me also, and a Tuckle sprinker. The reason I chose this particular sprinker is because this is the bluegill for the ToadRunner, and this is the bluegill for the sprinker. So for color-wise, that's why I chose this particular one. And the other reason I chose the sprinker is because that's pretty much what this is comparing this to. Is, you know, this was the original, the OG, if you will, and this is you know, a competitor's brand imitation of this. So that's why I have those three frogs. So let's start off with these two. So basic pad crasher right there, ToadRunner right here. As you can tell, lengthwise they are very similar, okay, but widthwise the ToadRunner is way fatter. It's actually about 25% fatter. This comes in at 1 inch across at its widest, about. This comes in at 1.25 inches at its widest, about. Height-wise, the pad crasher is still taller, if you will, thicker, however you want to look at it, wider. I don't know. No, I guess not wider. Wider would be this dimension, but I guess taller than the ToadRunner. And sprinker is also taller than ToadRunner. Now, that leads us to one of our biggest cons, and that is hookup ratio. I personally have not caught a single fish with this. I've had blow-ups, but I have not been able to hook anything. And a lot of people say that they think that the reason for that is this big old tail getting in the way and blocking the hooks. And while that may be true, and that actually very well may be true because it has this wire in it, right? So if a fish blows up and brings that tail right there and tries to shut its mouth around here, it's not gonna get stuck. You see how that this wire in the center provides some support. You can actually push down on this body and really not expose the hooks. They expose them a little bit, but not much. Okay, so I think that has something to do with the failed hookup rate. The other thing is just this gap between hook and bottom of the body. If you squeeze this down, I'll use this little metal thing here. If you squeeze this down all the way, you do not get much of a gap. Now obviously a bass isn't going to put that much pressure that a human being's putting on there, but maybe they do. But there's really not much gap there, right? You see that? Hopefully you can see that. Okay? Now, let's compare that to the pad crasher. Do you see how much more of a gap there is there? Right? Or the sprinker. Same thing. See how much more of a gap there is there? Okay? Look at that. Put my part of my ring finger in there, no problem. Okay? See that? Right? I do not have that same gap. Sure, it fits, doesn't fit nearly as well. Okay? So I think that has a lot to do with hookup ratio. Now, back to this little thing when I was saying that this tail may get in the way and block the mouth from getting hooked. Now the reason that's not an issue with this is flimsy. If this gets in the this gets in the way, it's no big deal because it just moves right out of the way. You can bend it and twist it and tweak it however you want. This, not so much. That's hard and rigid, and that's going to block it. Now, that also leads us to one of our pros, and that's the fact that I can take this tail and I can bend it and change the plopping sound. I can change the direction of the plop by bending it and tweaking it however I want. So that's actually pretty cool. I will certainly give that that as a bonus to the ToadRunner that the sprinker does not have. But I think that's pretty much the only bonus that I can see is the ability to change tone. They both have the same problem that I see, but I see it a lot more in this, and maybe I'm just noticing it more, and that's the fact that they still fill up with water. Unlike like a Spro that rarely fills with water, these things still fill with water quite a bit, and I haven't noticed it as much on my Sprinker. Maybe I've got a magic Sprinker that doesn't fill up, I don't know. Or maybe I got a horrible ToadRunner that does fill up. I don't know what to tell you, but I think I notice it more with this than I do with this. But that is pretty much about it, guys. So my personal opinion, yes, this is a cool little frog, and I'm not upset that I bought it, and I will still continue to throw it, but I think this one's more effective. So that's that, guys. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. Looks like me holding a fish. Hit that subscribe. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers, please. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below if there's something that I'm missing in this review. Because maybe you've seen something that I have not seen on any side, the Sprinker or the ToadRunner, or even just the Booyah frog in general. So anyway, again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, get out on the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.